cut and he's fat. of the devil is in the studio. And his name is Steve Perry. And this goes out to him.
I'd like to give our shout outs to Confine and Morning Day.
About the screw up there.
Steve Perry for letting us play tonight. You know who you are.
my God, that was so incredible. Where have you been all my life? That's all I gotta say. We're gonna Spread the Disease. Are gonna get their stuff. They're gonna put their stuff away, and they're gonna join us momentarily. And we've got a few cards to play. When we get back, we're gonna be talking to those gentlemen.
Zoom, 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 zoom.
This year, for a $25 pledge, you can pick up a CHRY cable kit. If you have cable and can't pick us up, get yourself a cable kit and be able to hear CHRY breaking the sound barrier 24/7.
Okay, we're here with Spread the Disease, and I'm just gonna ask them to introduce themselves and tell us what they play. Starting with you, Trevor.
My name's Trevor, and I play the first axe.
My name's Ben, and I scream.
I'm Stu, and I play the bass.
I'm Dave, and I'm nothing but grind.
Sean's not here because he's, I don't know, somewhere else.
Eating. He plays drums.
Okay. How long have you been together? Who wants to take this?
I don't know. Spread the Disease is a spin-off of Carenza. It's all the same members. Carenza started before I was in it. It actually had a different lineup with the drummer who's now in One Wing Angel. The singer now plays bass, and I don't know, all the other positions changed around. I guess Spread the Disease changed. I guess Carenza changed and Spread the Disease when, I don't know, we just got sick of, in December, and we just got sick of being Carenza. We just wanted to take a new approach, and we've pretty well been Spread the Disease since December of '97.
So what changed? What changed about Carenza? Who's in Carenza?
From my perspective, Carenza was basically all about getting on your soapbox, which was what I sort of thought that, always thought that punk rock was there for. And we didn't really get that good of a response, and I can understand why. I think what we were saying was good, but our approach was really not very good. It was a really good experiment in human communication, I thought, or lack of. What was the original question? What happened?
Yeah, what happened? Why? What happened? What was the change?
Well, Carenza was the music was really simple, and I don't know. I just sort of thought it was like below what I could play, and we just started writing more metal stuff, and that's just how it came out.
Okay. What other bands are you in? Some of you are in other bands.
Well, I'm in New Day Rising.
And Trevor and Sean and I are in a band with our friend Dave. And is
The Red and Black Massive.
the Red and Black Massive? It's what it's probably going to be called. It's a bit faster and a bit grindier, and yeah,
We just started.
yeah, we just started. We've practiced once, but you'll see us soon enough.
Okay, what kind of music are you into?
I listen to a lot of metal, a lot of black metal stuff like Cradle of Filth, Emperor, Dimmu Borgir, Old Man's Child. Listen to some other like straight out death metal like Deicide and Cannibal Corpse and Suffocation. But then I guess I also listen to more like hardcore stuff, and I guess my favorite bands would be like His Hero's Gone and Death Threat, Inept, stuff like that. Yeah, basically. Does anyone else want to go?
The only band I really listen to is a band called Confine from Oakville. They're really good, so you should go to their shows and buy their patches and their CD that's coming out with Avarice pretty soon. You really should.
I pretty much listen to Britpop
listen
over
to
and over
Avarice.
again.
Stu's tough.
Yeah.
Go.
Yeah, I just listen to Britpop and then like the hardcore bands. Like I've been listening to Sons of Abraham a lot lately because they were just up playing, and like His Hero's Gone too. Like, yeah, that sort of thing.
Myself, I listen to, I don't know, metal, black metal, hardcore, a lot of punk. Lately I've been listening to Born Against, a lot of Cradle of Filth. Brutal Truth is high on the list, and Neurosis. I don't know, a lot of newer relapse bands. I don't know, and Devo lately, I don't know why, and Locust.
I listen to a lot of emo, but I love metal too.
Okay, what you started mentioning? See, I know you kids from hardcore. I don't know you about metal. I wouldn't know the first thing about metal. How did you get into black metal? Because I just always thought you guys were hardcore kids.
We are. From Ben. I really got into it from Ben because he like kind of bought Cradle of Filth or whatever. He got a whole bunch of black metal CDs and
It all started
I
when
followed
I heard this new CD on this label called Dirty Kids, and ever since then I don't know, I've just gotten a lot of black metal.
I gotta go.
I liked I don't know, just a progression from punk rock to hardcore to grindcore to darker hardcore, like His Hero's gone and stuff like acrid and just fast stuff, and then into metal and black metal.
Now we have pentagram tattoos.
I guess I've been listening to metal for a while, and same with Dave, and I guess it just came from there. Like, I guess I've only gotten into black metal within like the last year and a half or so, but I've been listening to those death metal bands and stuff like that since I started going to high school, even before.
And I listened to, like, back in grade 8 and grade 9, I used to listen to, like, Nuclear Assault and Sepultura. And then, like, I got out of it for one reason or another, and I became an alternative rock kid, and I don't know. Now we're back.
Back to the roots. So you guys, this is like sort of testimony of your closet past. I thought it might have been because of like bands like Acrid from around your area and the popularity of power violence that's been going on like
Not really.
in the last little while, but not at all. It doesn't, well,
We're staying clear of that and moving towards the metal.
but
You know what I'm
yeah, but there has been a noticeable sort of trend with like metal stuff coming into hardcore.
I mean, definitely if you look at bands like, I don't know, Converge, bands like Today's the Day that are bringing back metal. I think bands that, I don't know, have metal angst, bands like Spaz and His Hero's Gone, bands that are definitely hardcore but have that metal attitude, that rip down everything. I don't know, I guess the whole mentality pretty well got us into metal, and I don't know, now, I don't know what our influence are. Everyone in this band is individuals, and everybody listens to different music from Sensefield to Brujeria to black metal to emo to 80s Britpop, just everything influences, I guess.
Okay, if there's some bad metal, okay? I think we can agree to that.
Yeah.
Now, to try and steer, like, because I think people are kind of interested in some of this, steering clear of the bad stuff. What kind of stuff would you recommend people get into?
Death.
Suffocation.
For technical stuff, I think we'll all agree on anything by Death.
Yeah, anything. Suffocation.
Suffocation, Sepultura, the older stuff, the newer stuff. I think a lot of old metal is like really underrated by a lot of kids today.
At the gates.
At the gates, anything, I don't know. Deicide, Cryptopsy from Montreal, Cataclysm from Montreal. Montreal has like the fucking.
Move to
Can I say
Montreal.
that? Sorry about that. I don't know. Montreal is definitely where it's at in this area. I don't know.
You gotta listen to all the old metal like Iron Maiden and Metal Church and
Bolt
Thrower and
Megadeth.
Megadeth and all those bands are good. I think a lot of people think they're cheesy, but they're not. They're fucking awesome.
Okay, this is a question for the guitar players. What's your favorite power chord?
Well, I would have to say the E chug, but since we tuned down to C, it would be the C chug.
The E-chug doesn't exist anymore.
Okay, what about suspended or diminutive?
Both.
I'm just stupid. I don't know anything about what you're talking about.
Neither do I. Someone just told me to ask. I was going to ask you what's the difference.
Now it's out. We're big idiots.
I have
What
no-
a smart guy that guy is.
Thank
He's
you.
gonna pay.
Thank you. What sort of reactions have you been getting to kids from your scene about this black metal thing?
I think it's been really good. I mean, especially when we compare it to Carenza, which I don't really like to do. But I think the reaction's been pretty good. People seem to be getting into it like a lot, and doing a bit of bobbing their heads and dancing and kicking Trevor in the back when they're doing jump kicks. Thanks, Dustin. I don't know. I think it's just been really good and like positive.
But yeah, we've gotten a really good response, and I guess it feels good because we haven't got one for a long time. We did it with Carenza, and I don't know. So it just feels.
Any comments in particular people are saying?
If you ever think you guys do that.
How come you guys used to suck so much?
Yeah. Yeah.
Huh?
Those were the good old days.
People just saying we're really metal and really heavy. I guess we are.
Which is nice.
All right. Being a black metal band.
No. For the
Thing.
record,
Okay.
we're not stating we're a black metal band.
Okay, how would you
First off, we have I don't know, we're not Vikings.
We don't
not
burn
a-
down churches.
It's
We
not
don't
about
sacrifice
it's not
people.
about goats. It's not about drinking blood. It's not about that.
not
I
about
think
hanging out with
we
the
all
coven?
really admire I don't know, a lot of different metal genres. Like I don't know, I guess it's a lot of power violence. We like a lot of deicide stuff, minus a lot of the lyrics, a lot of Cannibal Corpse. Just we like really
minus the
technical
lyrics.
stuff. And I think I don't know, we're not the most technical band. We're I don't know, I guess we're an average metal band. For the record, we're not black metal. I guess I don't know. it's what we listen to, but we're not claiming to be anything.
But basically, we've got that sort of hardcore ethic. We put on our own shows in church basements and YMCA's and barns and stuff, and we totally come from that area. We're not like I'd rather play in a small confined area rather than on crazy stages and stuff. So we totally come from that, and that's totally what we've gotten from hardcore and punk rock and
No
stuff.
guarantees.
So what do you describe yourself as then?
Metal
Instead of
hardcore,
telling
I
me what you
guess.
don't describe yourself as.
I guess we're like hardcore, metal hardcore, but we haven't been compared to any hardcore bands yet. We've only been compared to metal bands, so
We play in the hardcore scene.
we play in the hardcore scene. We all came in it through hardcore, so I guess we're hardcore kids that play metal music. That's what I guess I'll claim myself that.
Yeah.
Okay. What's your favorite color?
Black.
I wear black on the outside because that's the way I feel on the inside.
You go to the band.
I like peach and coral tones and very bright pastel
I like
colors.
pastels.
Yeah.
I like pastels.
Pastels are out this summer though. Like
Baby
the white
blue,
colors.
light purple,
What about your fairy?
But I'm all about wearing white pants, tight white pants.
white hats.
white shirts, light blue.
What are the lyrics about?
I guess, I don't know. People might be getting a lot of things confused. Carenza, I don't know, had a big political undertone, and I guess Spread the Disease is, I don't know, it's a lot different. It just deals with like a lot of unanswered questions. I don't know, ventures into stuff that I wonder about, just about existence and just death and where we end up. It also deals with like a lot of origins of human existence, how we came about. I know it sounds really cheesy, but I don't know, it's kind of hard to get into detail over the air. It also deals with a lot of political issues. We're definitely a left-wing band. Care for different issues. Totally support the struggles. We have songs about, I don't know, just white middle-class kids. We have songs about dealing with veganism. We have songs dealing with women's rights and lack of government attention. Just a lot of social issues we deal with, as well as, I don't know, other issues that we like to ponder, philosophies, just generally stuff like that.
That's kind of interesting because the black metal scene is usually more right wing and more kind of reactionary and stuff, which is kind of cool that you guys are taking it from a cool approach.
It's not
What,
about ripping anything up or killing anyone or using girls for sex and reducing them to pieces of meat. It's just about this is about stuff I believe in. This is for ourselves. This isn't trying to impress anyone. This isn't about living up to metal standards. It's just about
Having fun.
bringing down what we destroy, just staying angry and just keeping our DIY ethic, being hardcore.
And having fun while we're doing all that too.
what are some of the song titles?
I don't know. Our new CD is song titles and Progress We Swallow, which is basically about the way other countries are swallowed by foreign investment by bigger countries. The song is called Her Severed Head, which deals with the physical aspects of abuse against women. There's a song called Hymn for the Unheard, which talks about the Canadian government's lack of attention towards female issues, which I can't really talk much on because I don't think I really have the right. I don't know. There's a lot of different song titles. Origin, which deals with ideas displayed in books by Zachariah Sitchin's Earth Chronicles novels, which I recommend. I think a lot of people should check out.
Yes. 12th Planet.
What's your favorite song from a lyrical standpoint?
I think this one song, Ephemerae, which is basically about not really reaching a low point in my life, but just coming to a conclusion that life's really short. Life's just this small moment in time, and all you really have is your individuality and your thoughts, and all you can do is love people and like be devoted to yourself, be devoted to what you love, and just live life to its fullest. Basically, I don't know, that means a lot to me, just trying to do what you want in life, try not to be sucked in by all these multinational corporations, trying to be like sucked in by all this conformity out there. It's just about living your own life and just being devoted to what you believe in.
Okay, you were telling me that you recorded already. Tell me about the recording. When you guys do that?
The CD. Oh, go ahead.
Well, we recorded a while ago in November when we were under the name Carenza, and I guess we just used the 6 songs we wrote, the 6 new songs we wrote as Spread the Disease songs, and those are coming out. One's coming out on a split. 2 are coming out on a split 7-inch with Song of Zarathustra, which is out now. Actually, you can get it from us, and I guess you can get it from stores. We have our own 3 songs going on our own 7-inch on Undecided Records from Florida. and then one song on a comp from Little Rock, Arkansas. And then we just recorded 9 songs for like in April, the end of April, for a full-length CD on Eulogy Records, which should be out middle June, end of June sometime, and we'll have it for tour. It's called We Bleed From Many Wounds.
Are there plans for recording new stuff?
Yeah, always.
We're totally interested in recording new stuff. I don't know. I've talked to a couple guys, and we really want to do a couple of cover songs. Interested in covering stuff like Danzig, the song Mother, Iron Maiden. I want to do Whip It by Devo.
Yeah.
I'm all about that. That song's so awesome. I don't know. We just need keyboard players. We need more keyboard players in the scene that are vegan and care for issues.
What are your plans for the summer?
We're going on a, I guess, 33-day tour, and starts June 30th and ends August 1st, and we're going through the Midwest and the East Coast of the States. And for the first bit, we're touring with the last days of August from Long Island, New York, and then the second bit, we're touring with this band Race Bannon from Indianapolis, and then the third little bit, we're touring from our brothers in Oakville, Confine.
They're my favorite band ever.
You're an idiot.
Hey, shut up, right? I'm just trying to.
That's our summer plans.
Kill me.
What happened with last summer?
I'll talk about
Our
this.
jet crashed.
Yeah, we were flying over Arizona. No, we were on our first day of tour as Carenza. We were gonna go all the way across the states and stuff, and we were driving to our show, which we were already late for, and we were in upstate New York, and I was driving, and the first part of the night I hit a baby deer, and that sucked really bad, and then that just set up the whole night for a really bad deal because we just drove 9 hours. I kill a deer. Our buddy Ledger has to take the deer out because I'm a wuss laying in the back crying and stuff, and the deer wasn't dead, and that was no good. And then Ledger was driving, and then there was a van in front of us, and they swerved to avoid, or there was a van in front of them, and there was another van. They swerved, and then the other van stopped, and we stopped to avoid the van, and the guy behind us, who has a really long record of getting into accidents, smashed the back of our van, and that was the end of the tour.
And the end of our van.
And the end of our van, and the end of our finances.
And the end of our lives.
Try not to hold hatred for this guy. I really am.
But we got a new van, and it costed $600, and it's got lots of plaster all over it because there's lots of rust. But it's running great, and we're gonna get it certified for $59 from Canadian Tire.
So it's all back to square one here.
Except for all the leaks.
Do
There's
you-
no problem. Nothing wrong with leaks.
I don't know, unless you're breathing carbon monoxide all night.
There's nothing wrong with carbon monoxide.
What do you guys have any shows lined up before you head out and tour?
We're playing June 20th in Burlington. There's a benefit for the Halton Rape Crisis Center, I believe. And who's playing that? Do you know?
Don't have a clue.
I think Confine's playing
Confine's
it.
probably
I
playing.
love that band.
Oh, we're playing Sunday. We're playing this Sunday in London, and Confine was supposed to play, but they can't. And Sean's really sad about that. We're playing June 22nd at Who's Emma with Submission Hold, and then that's it. And then we leave for tour.
That's amazing. Thanks very much for playing.
Yo,
You guys are
it was
fucking
awesome.
so awesome.
Thanks, dude.
So awesome. Anyway, we've got a couple of cards to play, and when we get back, we're gonna get back into some music. You're tuned to Fast and Bulbous on the Spot.